Hi, welcome to this week's presser with Dr. Alvin Parker, the head football coach at Virginia Union University. Coach, you had a big win on Saturday, 57-0 over Lincoln. That's got to make you feel good for this upcoming game.
Oh, dude, every victory makes us feel good. We have to play some great ball in October, and I think these guys have been. So every victory at this point is a great victory. But I think they did it against a good Lincoln team. So I mean, kind of put everything together. Offense, defense, special teams. There was a bunch of plays being made out there on Saturday, and as a coach, I'm definitely happy.
Sean Robertson is with us from Channel 6. Sean, have you got any questions for Coach?
Yeah, Coach. First, congratulations on the win Saturday. What has impressed you the most during this four-game winning streak? You've scored almost 200 points, limited your opponents to 30, and have given up 4 total offensive touchdowns during that span. What has impressed you the most during this run?
I think it's just all kind of coming together. Once again, the first half of the season, but I think more than anything now, it's all kind of coming together. So I kind of see it, as a coach to see it coming together is one thing we like to feel good about. So, that's the biggest thing. The mistakes are kind of being limited, more plays are being made, and everything that we kind of expected these guys to be doing, they're doing it. They're doing it to a high level. So, I think that's the good thing about it. But sometimes it's kind of fun to watch. I can't wait to after the game that evening to kind of sit back and watch the film and kind of see it because, at this point, the way these guys are playing, and like I said, it's fun to watch.
Do you feel like you guys are playing your best football right now?
We're peaking. We're peaking in the right direction. I think, of course, there's still some things I feel like we left some plays out there, the last few games. So, I think we're peaking in the right direction, Sean. So I'm happy about that because it's the upper trajectory. So, and at this point in the season, I had that, I think it's something that's great.
I know the regional rankings came out yesterday. Fayetteville was the only CIAA school in the top 10. Very surprised that neither you nor State was in that mix. What were your initial thoughts when the rankings came out?
Of course, happy for Fayetteville, the CIAA team that gets in. I'm definitely happy for, but I think it'll take care of itself in the next couple of weeks. The initial one is always kind of a little bit different, a little bit iffy. So there's some factors that go into that too. Strength schedule, performance indicators, other things like that have to happen. So I think the numbers will work themselves out in the next couple of weeks. And, our job is just to kind of keep winning. Our kids haven't mentioned anything about it or said anything about it. Everybody got out there to practice today and, it never even came up. So, I think everybody's just kind of focused on the next game and just keeps winning. And these guys have adopted that attitude. And I'm going to say I'm proud of them for that. I think everything else, part of the regional rankings, national rankings, anything else just kind of work itself out as long as these guys keep playing the way they are.
A little bit of a shakeup on Saturday in the standings with State losing to Elizabeth City. You mentioned how tough the Vikings were, even though you guys put up almost 50 against them down there. The message this week, I guess it has not changed because you and State basically control your own fate going to the conference championship game in a couple of weeks.
It doesn't, like I said, we kind of focusing right now on Bluefield, that's kind of what's next for them. I think we've taken that attitude towards, the second half of the season, and these guys have been doing a great job with it. So, standings are going to be what they are, but I think everything that we're talking about right now is Bluefield State. When we get to next week, we'll talk about that some more. But, we just want to chop down, one game at a time. So, like I said, I love the attitude of these guys. I love the attitude of the staff. And we're just focusing on, kind of what's important now. And that changes for us on a weekly basis. So, these guys are doing an excellent job of it. And these guys are doing an excellent job of staying focused. I think we talked about that a lot last week, just what the focus needs to be with being homecoming, with being, close to the end of the season and the division game, all those type of things like that. These guys did it. So they showed a level of commitment the second half of the season. Not to say they did show the first half, but they've shown an upward level of commitment the second half of the season. And I think we've seen it on a weekly basis.
In a weird way, did the Fayetteville State game get you guys even more focused to where you were before that game?
I think more often than not, even probably in the national eyes of everybody else, I think we were judged off of a game we played in the tropical storm.
Mhm.
I didn't want that for my team. I didn't want to be judged off of that, the way things went down in that game a few weeks back. But, it is what it is, but these guys have shown, just a relentless effort every week, and I think everybody's seen it, so I mean, it's always good to have some form of a reset, necessarily when to come in the form of a loss. Some losses are lessons. And I think at that point in the season, right there in the middle portion of the first half, it kind of gave us a few lessons. It showed us some things we need to make sure that when we tip top on, it showed us some things that mistakes that we cannot make. It showed some things like that in the early portion of the season. We still got a chance to correct it, rather so late in the season when we don't have a chance to correct it. So, it definitely was a reset. I think more so than anything, but I definitely don't want my ball club to be judged off of that hurricane game. But yeah, it is what it is.
I got one more. I know you don't want to focus on the next week. You just focus on the upcoming game. But I will assume this is a great spot for you guys to be in with 2 games left, that you really don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to do some scoreboard watching. You mentioned if you take care of your business, everything will play out. You will be where you want it to be at the beginning of the year, and the potential to play deeper in November.
Absolutely. I think, that's one of the goals. You want to be in October and you want to control your own destiny. So many good teams in our league, and every game makes a difference. I think a lot of people seen that some people won some games last weekend that people probably didn't expect. But October in the CIAA gets a little crazy sometimes. So it's good to be in a position, this late in the season where you can control your own destiny, where it all depends on how you play. You don't necessarily have to depend on how anybody else plays. So that's a good feeling. And I think our team played well enough to earn that feeling.
I'm
Go
good.
ahead.
Hey, Jim, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask Coach if he could comment on Justin Meade being the CIAA Offensive Lineman of the Week.
He's a big time player. I think he, I thought he was right there last year to be named the offensive lineman of the year in the conference. He had that type of season last year. And he came back right this year, picked up where he left off. So on a weekly basis, he's grading out extremely high. He's doing a lot of great things for us. He's a leader. He demands a lot out of the other guys. So, everything he gets, I'm happy about. He definitely did.
Also, I guess with Anderson being D lineman of the week, started off as an preseason All-American this year, and another good performance from him.
Absolutely. Isaac is a staple for us. He's just a ball player. Sometimes in practice, you get to see him and Justin kind of go up against each other. It kind of stops practice, because both of those guys are just that good. So I'm glad both of them play for us. But Isaac is a person that I think he's just a joy to be around. If you ever been around our team and you've been able to see him and kind of know what type of person he is, he's kind of like he's a gentle giant during the week, but on the weekend he becomes a different person. And he's a top level player, so he's playing on All American level right now.
I'm good, Jim.
All right, Coach. Let's talk about Bluefield State. 1-7, but they're still a tough team, aren't they?
Absolutely. I think they do a good job down there. Coach Cochran and the rest of the staff down there, putting together a good team. And this is their first year in the CIAA, so there's still a lot of unknowns about them. It'll be probably everybody on our team's first time traveling to Bluefield, West Virginia. So, you got to be ready for that. Saw last regular season road game of the year. So, and kind of be in a place that, like I said, nobody really knows anything about. It's going to be a little bit different. But they've shown some good sparks all season. They've been kind of right there with people all season. And, again, the record can say one thing, but I think the type of team that's shown on film says something different. There's a lot of good, scrappy, hungry ball players down there. So, and Coach don't do that thing like he's alone down there. So, I think he does a great job. But our job is to make sure that, again, take another week, keeping our guys focused, another week of getting our guys, ready for the game, and another week of just, doing our due diligence as coaches to make sure that we get these guys ready. So, today, like I said, practice went well, extremely well. So I was pretty happy with how things went today for Tuesday. And it's gonna push us for the rest of the week. So, just kind of looking forward to that.
Trivia question of the week. When was the last time we played Bluefield in football?
I never played. Who's that? Let's say, go with 76.
Nope. 1960, 6-0. And we won that game 8-7. And that was in Bluefield. So something for you to talk about, Sean.
Gotcha. They'll score more than 8 Saturday.
Anything else, Coach?
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Sean. See you Thursday.